Welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, it's the 27th of April, Saturday, and I'm reluctantly going to plant out the peas. They are desperate to go out. The ground's nice and damp, and I haven't really got time, but it's very important that these go in the ground before they start attaching themselves to the wiring here, if they haven't already done so, and they're already trying. So it looks like actually in places they have. So it'd be a shame to let them get out of hand in the next few days. The football ground is up and running today, and they are playing music, so hopefully it isn't coming through too much. I've tried to hide the microphone, and I'm going to speak up whilst I'm talking. So let's get outside and get the trench dug. So I've been using the Navi shovel. It's quite a narrow shovel, and we've dug a little trench the same size as the guttering all the way through to the broad beans, and I don't think I'm going to get them all in here, but we'll see shortly. I'll get them all lined out. So that's one of the sides of the polytunnel out, and the full length of this, so we'll get this one in and see what time we have, if I can plant the rest on another part of the allotment, perhaps next to the kale. Now the only way you get these out of the gutters is by watering them, and I mean watering them loads and loads. That's 7 litres in that gutter, and they'll probably get some more before they actually go out. They'll slide out really easy then. So this one's had a good soaking. We've moved all the rest of the peas. You will find that it doesn't cover the full length. They actually close themselves up, or they can make themselves bigger. So always be aware of that. So I'm going to take out the end cap. Easier this end. So take the end cap off, and they're quite heavy now. You can see the water that's running out. And if you've got enough water in there, they should just slide out. Sometimes far too quickly. So that's that sorted. Making the adjustments. Along a little bit. And then the soil that we've got from each side. So we're bringing the soil in from each side. I appreciate the wind's very strong, and you probably can't hear me. That'll definitely give them a good start. I'll just go and get the supports, the pea supports. Now you just have to use your imagination a little bit. This was a feature perhaps put in the corner of a room, and it had got lights on, and I saw it and I thought I saw the potential. Now this will be the 4th year that I've actually used these. Dried out over the winter months. It does seem to last a long time, so I'll get on with this and get these supports in. So I've used about half the support canes now, and now I'm going to use some bean canes to tie them all in. So what I've done now, I've put a long 8-foot cane right at the bottom there in the middle. The 2 canes come down either side, and then they'll be lifted up and connected onto the cane that's in the centre of the screen. That will actually tie them all in, hopefully. So that's main bit's done. There's one little straggler there, that's a little bit short. So all I do now is adjust these, and then we'll put another cable tie several places just to hold everything into place. It gets a good tight grip on it. So that's the basic structure. We'll just have a quick look now. It's the same if you use any sticks or whatever you can get, but I didn't think that these would last this long. But it does make for a decent support, and by pulling those 2 canes together and moving the branches about, it tightens them up nicely, and it's a good way of recycling something. So that's those sorted. Well, I've got to finish this off, but it's mighty windy, guys. There's a shed just blew over while I was doing that little bit. Peas will naturally support the cells. It's just giving them something to climb up, and it's always worked for me. So I'm going to get the rest of this done, and I'll show you when I've finished. Well, that was a task and a half in this very strong wind. So basically, the pigeons will fly in, land, and then they'll try and walk in. That's the only reason for putting it that high, just so they can't get in there. Normally they won't fly in to that, so hopefully this will keep them out. And we've done the same with the rest. So this row of peas is actually in the path, so I should be able to get some swedes or things down there, and we've just fastened it down with those pegs to help stop from crawling underneath. Well, I'm really pleased I've got that done in this horrible weather conditions. It's knocking the broad beans about, doing a bit of damage here, there and everywhere, but that's life. Right, just before I go for my dinner, I'm going to harvest my first asparagus ever. Now, when I worked on this allotment, I didn't know it was there, and it just happened it was in one of the quarters in the corner of the greenhouse. So I'm going to harvest the 2 long sticks. We'll fight over who has the larger one, but this will be cut just below the surface, and that's actually how you cut them, just below the surface. And as you can see, there's lots more there. Hopefully they'll come to something, but I never harvested any of it last year, and this year it might repay me with a few of these. Well, there's not many left now, guys. I'm sick to death of chasing them. They can stay where they are till it's a better day. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.